Hi, so we're going to try this one more time. Still not sure if this is going to work, but hopefully this may well add across if we both got the phones up the same way, maybe, which I know has apparently been an issue before. It does mean my my lovely tripod is absolutely of no use whatsoever because it puts the phone up the wrong way. So I'm sorry if I am a little bit juddery. Let me see if I can add viewers to your broadcast. Let's go across there. So that should be inviting him now. And I will do another quick intro for the second or third time, possibly. This is Quiz Your Biz. I'm doing a weekly interview with different members of the group to get a better idea of their businesses and what they are up to. Hopefully we should be able to get a real mix of people and different businesses on here, and it gives everyone the real chance to get onto a Facebook Live if you haven't done them before, and kind of speak to somebody without having the pressure of not having anyone to talk to and not having kind of a script or anything to go through. And I'm sure you won't sound as bad as me judding around trying to get it fixed like this and trying to get it working with people that are on there. So, Croz, I can see you're now on the live. Again, I've still got the button to be able to add Ben, but I haven't got one where I can add you from my side. So I think you need to possibly change the settings. See if I can screenshot that one for you. Yeah, I can screenshot that. Good. So it's still coming up the same for me. I can add Ben, it seems, but I cannot add yourself, Cross. See if there is something from your side that can do that. While I just babble on randomly. To follow on from the last message, though, there will be all sorts happening in Birmingham on the 18th of August. We should have, I expect, 30 to 50 of us all going out, and if there's enough of us, then maybe we can just get the bar to ourselves or something. I don't know. I think it is going to be very busy, being that time of year, but either way, it should be a great night. Doesn't matter if you pop along for 1 drink, 10 drinks, 100 drinks. It would be great to see as many people in here and meet everyone face to face that we can. Hopefully, someone will drag Darren along too. I know Darren and Samantha did have a conversation in another thread saying they were going to try and come along, which would be good if they could. So still not got any notifications from my side, Cross. I still can't add you from my side either. Ben says, Cross, try and rotate your phone maybe. And Cross says he's trying to sort out his settings as well. Unsure really what to suggest if this one doesn't work either. If there is any questions for me or anything else people want me to run through, I can talk all about the different posts that I've put on the group, and people can always ask me all sorts of questions on my buffet choices, possibly, and on my poll this morning for breakfast. I stuck with the fruit. The cooked breakfast was not mine. I will add that to the comments from before. No, I don't know what else to suggest really. No, there's no button. I don't know what to do. See if I can add anybody else. It's because I got 5 viewers, so no, I can't even add the people I had before now. I'm going to try turning the phone, see if that makes a difference from my side. I'll give that a go. Viewers. Rotate your device. We can't rotate while live. Oh, okay. I can't rotate while live, so it needs to be that way for me. Hey, Helen. Okay, so I can still see Ben, Helen, and Cross on the live, but I can't add any of you, which isn't much good at all. I think I need to get because Fiona did a really good one, and she had the headset and everything, and she seemed to know what she was doing. I think what I need to do is get her to give me kind of a 101. So it says Crosnett is now live, so I'm going to see if I can jump on to that one maybe. But it says Cros is still here. So I don't know. Hey Jacob. It's still saying it's me live. I can't see a separate live from Graz. See if I can add you again. It's still saying that I seem to be able to bring Jacob on camera. And I seem to be able to bring Ben on camera, but not yourself, Graz. Sorry. I don't know what to suggest. Possibly. All right, Geezer. Hi, Jacob. Jacob, do you want to come on camera? Halo. There we go. There we go. Jacob, do you want to come on camera and I'll see if I can sort this. My phone's currently on portrait, Ben. But yeah, Jacob, if you want to switch your dates, if that's okay with you, and I will try and get you get you on this one, if that's okay with you, and I can get maybe Cross to come on next week, and I'll bump them around a little bit. If that works for you, Jacob. Oh, Shani, hello. I can bring. It says I can bring you on. Cross says he's on portrait as well. I'm gonna guess it's something with settings, but Cross, I'm sure I've seen you do one with Brad, like fairly recently, where it seemed to work okay. So, okay, Cross, I'm gonna bring Jacob on as it says I can. Well, I'm gonna try and bring him on. See if we can move yours to next week. I'm really sorry. You have to go. Okay, so Cross, we'll sort something out. I'll speak to you afterwards, but I'll see if I can bring Jacob on now. As it's saying, he's invited himself. Let's give that a go. Ads, no, connection failed. This is adding. Is this gonna work? It's not. Is it? It says adding. It says it's adding. Right, that is okay. So,
all right, Keezer.
Jacob, hello, fella. You all right? Yes,
I got it sorted.
Good, mate. Well, it's only taken half an hour for us supposed to be on the screen, a completely different format that I've got no idea how that happened. Shani, we will not be talking about
right. Let's go with the flow, man.
Not even once. I'm hoping, but then again, I am now on the phone to a master baker unexpectedly, so he may well talk about croissants. I don't know. I hope he doesn't. I don't want to be crying on camera.
I'll try not to, mate. I'll try not to. That's a touchy subject, we know, isn't it? So
Indeed.
yeah. So how are you doing, boss?
Very good, mate. Very good. How's your day looking?
Good. Busy. I've not slept all night. So yeah, I've been baking through the night and stuff like that. So getting orders out and stuff like that. Dan has
sounds good. And what have you been baking?
Bit of a thing for croissants. He really loves them, to be honest.
No, it's all lies.
Yeah, a bit of ham and cheese in them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Touchy subject.
Yeah.
Jacob, what have you been baking through the night apart and not croissants? I hope.
Okay. Got fruit cloves coming out. Wholemeals. Yeah, loads, to be honest with you, mate. I do a lot of bespoke stuff then as well. So, I did one for one of the members here. Basically, we wanted me to replicate a loaf that he'd picked up somewhere. I think it was Tesco's or something like that. And I just went, right, okay, let's do this thing. You know, no loaf is too hard, or too soft or crusty. But yeah, so it's I just love what I do, mate, and I love I love people coming to me and saying, "Can you? I've got XYZ special dietary requirements, and I can't normally eat bread, but can you do something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bring it on." So yeah, it's awesome. So,
cool. And what's been the most unusual loaf you've been asked to make?
Oh, I had one actually where I had a customer whose nan had come from Southern Ireland then, and he said she used to make this bread called Irish fruit loaf. Now, because of her arthritis, she couldn't make it anymore, and it really started getting just simple things like that were getting her down. And so this grandson said, "Can you do it for me?" And I literally went, "Give me 2 seconds, I'll look for the recipe." Within about 5 minutes, I got back to him and said, "I found a recipe, I'll do it for you." And that was the Wednesday. The Friday I delivered it to her, and she ended up in tears. And I was just like, "This is
good,
amazing!"
Right?
How this is, yeah. It was just like, it just brought back memories for her, the smell of it and stuff like that. And it's funny how food really connects people with memories.
Sure.
Sometimes you just think it's it's just something I'm eating, that kind of thing. But people attach memories to food and stuff like that. I remember. Do you remember that? You had a baguette one day and you posted on the Darren's Phone Networking group, and it was the meat to bread balance. I was just like, I really remembered that about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget that baguette.
It was funny, but you probably attach other memories to that now, like where you were and stuff like that, and that's how powerful food can be, sort of psychologically, I think, anyway. So I'm rambling a bit, I don't.
So tell me, why did you become a chef?
Why did I become a chef? There's actually really good stories behind that. My mum was a single parent, and I basically would I'd help her out in the kitchen and stuff, and me being a bit greedy, sort of, I recognised, well, if I'm in the kitchen with her, I'm going to get the odds and ends kind of thing, and I had a hell of an appetite. But actually, I'd never planned to be a chef. I was actually going to be one of those daft guys that dangle out of a yellow helicopter for the RAF.
Wow.
But I failed my medical, and we were down in the caravan when the summer that happened, like, and my grandfather, in his wisdom, he was a proper father figure to me. He turned around and said, "Well," I said to him, "Well, I don't know what to do now, Gramps. I was the guy that went. Basically, I was from the age of 14. I was in the Air Cadet, and I planned every single step. I worked it backwards. I thought, right, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to be X, Y, Z. Little did I know I had a condition called ataxic cerebral palsy, which would have, whether I qualified or not for it, I would never have got in. I didn't get in because of it, and it just bloody floored me, to be honest with you. And so my granddad said, "Well, you're always in the kitchen. Why don't you just become a chef? You can join the RAF as a chef." And I was like, that was a light bulb moment, proper light bulb moment. And from then on, it was just like, yeah, I'm going to be a chef. I ended up going through college doing. I had work placement, and I actually worked in the top 3 5-star hotels in Wales, and ended up in. Do you remember when Kosovo kicked off?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually working for NATO at the time in Rheindalen, and it's a bit of a story. This one, I was still in college, and basically they said, yeah, you're going to be going with. You're on a 3 days notice, mate. You're going to be going with all these soldiers, like thousands of soldiers over into Kosovo.
Sure.
I thought, how ironic is that I couldn't get into the forces? I come around the back door kind of thing, actually serving people in the forces and stuff like that, which most military chefs would have a very rare opportunity to do that. So it's one of those Forrest Gump moments. It was just like, holy shit. So it's just, that's the power of saying yes, though.
Absolutely.
I'd done summer camps with this company through the college, and they said, "You know what, mate, you've worked really hard. We want you to come out to Rheindalen in the summer, and in the winter." And I just said, yeah. And then I basically figured out what I was going to do with my coursework and stuff like that after that. And mate, the biggest piece of advice I give to anyone is just say yes and figure it out after.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah. So next question.
So did you decide to specialise in bread, or do you do other things as well as bread?
What happened was when I separated from my wife, I came up to the lovely village that I'm in now, Clydach Vale, which is just outside Tonypandy, and I thought, right, okay, you've separated from your wife um, because you've always wanted to be self-employed. Now, just crack on and do it. And I thought, well, what have you got in your kitchen now, and what can you do that fits with the equipment you've got, and what are other people going to need on a weekly basis? And I thought, well, I can bake bread in this oven, and I can do it on a weekly basis. I can take orders up front and sort of build up a weekly round, and that's where it started. Basically, I was on benefits at the time because I was off on the sick because of stress. I thought, mate, you can't keep doing this. You know, you've just got to crack on, like, and basically work backwards from where you want to be to where you are now. You know, I thought, well, what's the cheapest way you can start a food business? Or just buy some flour, yeast, water, stick it in a tin, and take a photo of it when it's done, and put it up on the for sale site. See if anyone wants it. If nobody wants it, you've only lost the cost of the ingredients, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's that's what I would do, and that's actually something I'm going to be looking at developing, sort of training other people to do, to kind of lift themselves out of poverty, because everyone thinks, oh, if I want a food business, I've got to have a really professional kitchen, I've got to have a really really expensive ovens and things like that. You don't. You just need a heat source and some ingredients. That's it, basically, and the skill to do it. Obviously, and that's what I'll be hoping to teach people then, as sort of a maybe demo regarding that as well. So it's going to be really cool. There'll be little loaf and ladders hopefully popping up all over the country and stuff, just helping people out. You know, getting people off benefits and things like that. So,
so the business is called the Secret Loaf and Ladder, if I remember rightly. Is that right?
It's going to be changing to just Loaf and Ladder, because I won't just be doing bread.
Not a secret anymore.
Well, try not to be a secret as well. The secret bit was basically because I didn't want to take up a retail space, so it would be a little, and it kind of added a little bit of exclusivity there. So because everyone thinks that's another thing. Everyone thinks, oh, you could have a shop. No, that's actually it. Unless you're selling loads, unless you're selling enough to cover the rent of a shop, which I've learned quite recently, there's no point in having it. You know, it's you know, I've advised other Darren's networking group members about having cafes and stuff like that, and it's unless you've got a footfall, I wouldn't do it, to be honest with you, unless you can guarantee that you're going to get footfall in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
No, so I can obviously understand the loaf in your business name. What's the ladder about?
Okay, ladder. That's an interesting. I'm really glad you've asked that, because that's really interesting question. Basically, with regards to the ladder, when I first came up here, I had a fear of heights, and through my networking experiences, I'd learned basically how to make new friends, as such. It's a bit of a long and winding story, so I'll try and keep it short. But I basically ended up, through my networking skills and learning just to say yes, I ended up starting to renovate an old 18th century chapel in Tonypandy. It was Grade 2 listed. And one day they said, right, okay, we've just taught you how to plaster and render. We need you up the ladder. And I was like, are you kidding me? and I looked up, and it was the height of a terraced house that I needed to go up, and it was like, no. They said, there's no one else to do it, mate. You need to get up that ladder. So it was basically a case of, right, what I had to get into my head was, okay, just go one rung at a time, one rung at a time, one rung at a time. And I actually got up there and I did it. And that really switched my head on about, okay, if you're looking at getting over obstacles, which they were sort of lots of obstacles that I was having to get over, in my head, financially, that kind of thing, just go one rung at a time. So there's a bit of symbology in in the ladder then, as such. It's quite symbolic, as in, to get to the top of the ladder, you've got to step on every rung.
Yeah.
As well. So,
yeah.
It's, don't just think of that big problem up there, just think of going to the next rung.
Just one step at a time, yeah?
Yeah, it's my philosophy. So, yeah, so that's cool.
Very cool. Okay, so what can your customers get from you then? What do you, I know you offer bread, but what services? Is it a subscription? Is it one-off things? What do you do?
Okay, I've actually just launched a monthly subscription. So they can get up to 10 loaves off. Basically, I've got a menu of 10 different loaves, and what I basically do is I ask the client then how many loaves they typically go through on a weekly basis, what they like, what their dietary requirements are, then, and then I'll build a subscription around them then, as to how many they want a week. How many loaves they're going to need a month, and then their special dietary requirements, then especially if you're gluten intolerant, that kind of thing.
So you can do gluten intolerance. What else can you do?
Yeah, I can do celiacs. Then I can do dairy-free, vegan. Any of the ones. If you're diabetic, then as well, I can do bread that's particularly good for diabetic people. Like a lot of people don't realise that whole grain is actually very, very well. It's good. It's better for people who are diabetic than say white bread, because it releases the energy a lot slower.
Sure.
Because you get you'll get insulin spikes with white breads then, or
the extra fibre, right?
Yeah, that kind of thing. So I'm also looking to work with nutritionists and PTs then to create sort of healthy ready-made meals then on a monthly subscription basis. So if anyone who's looking to eat healthier but doesn't have time to create healthy meals, then I can do that for them as a sort of a remote personal chef service then as well.
Okay, and then at the moment, so if somebody ordered today, by whatever time they get the bread delivered tomorrow, would they? Or?
Okay, so basically what happens is the cut-off time is midnight, and sure. Delivery days then are normally Tuesday and Thursday. Sorry, dispatch days are normally Tuesday and Thursday, and then it works on the next working day basis then. So if you wanted bread for the fresh for the weekend, order it by midnight on the Wednesday. It'd be dispatched Thursday, and then get to the Friday then as well. And they can be
all ready for the weekend, right?
Yeah. So proper sandwiches for the weekend.
Sounds good.
And buffets as well.
Absolutely. And any kind of businesses you're looking to connect with as well? Is there any restaurant sort of things that would be useful?
Yes, restaurants, cafes, delis. As I said, personal trainers then as well for the personal chef or any nutritionist then as well. Health and well-being coaches for the healthy meals side of things. So I'm particularly looking for restaurants and hotels, because I know they'll be actually using the bread within their dishes then as well. So
restaurant and hotels. Any particular kinds of restaurant and hotels?
Those who focus on sort of really high-end food then as well, because sure. My bread is, you're looking at if you were to find it in a supermarket, you'd be looking at Waitrose slash Marks and Spencer, that kind of market. Then
Can you give us an idea about what the average loaf might cost? I've got no idea.
they're all £2.99.
Oh wow, okay.
They're all £2.99. They're all £2.99, or I do a selection box then for £15, including national delivery, and that's four loaves in a box then as well. So basically, they're baked on the day of. Basically they're baked within hours of dispatch then as well. So they'd actually be still cooling down whilst they're out with the courier. So yeah, you can't get. Yeah, so I keep getting notifications, and I think it's jumping in and out or something like that. But yeah, so it's for anyone who does sort of love their food, is also a bit worried about whether they can eat bread and stuff like that for their diet and stuff like that. Come and have a chat with me, because obviously I'm sort of good friends with Adam then as well, and we can have a chat around sort of dietary requirements, that kind of thing then as well. Adam is amazing, by the way.
Adam Stevens, you mean?
Yeah. Me so much. Yeah, Adam Stevens is just amazing. He's helped me so much with my diet and stuff like that.
So Adam is a nutritionalist in this group, very well known on Foreign as well, for anyone that doesn't recognise the name. So what's he done with you?
Basically, he's helped me lose about 2 stone.
Sure.
He's helped me get more energy, and basically he's part of the inspiration for Loaf and Ladder, to be honest. And sort of and then expanding my offering to the healthy meals and stuff, because we sort of realised that. Hiya Bex, how are you doing? So basically, I've realised that a lot of people sort of struggle then with when they're cash rich, time poor. They struggle to eat healthy because they don't have that time to prep. So it's just like, okay, well let's sort this out. And what I'm planning to do then is take some of the money from that to then fund workshops for those people who are sort of, shall we say, time rich, cash poor. They're not working, that kind of thing, and just to help them with budgeting and that kind of stuff. So
for anyone that just come on, when you say cash rich, at £2.99 a loaf, it's not. You don't need to be rich to buy your bread, do you?
No, exactly. So I just try to keep it at an even keel as such. So it's cool. But yeah, and you've given me some really valuable advice as well, which has given me sort of an aim to work towards then as well with the whole mortgage stuff. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do that then as well. So yeah, it's cool. Any other questions?
Any questions from anyone else in the group or watching? I think we've got 5 people looking at the moment. You might get some more questions to follow up afterwards. So Jacob, if you can afterwards put a link to your page below and get a few more people seeing your bread. Good to see some pictures in there as well. If you can put a few pictures of the loaves that you've been baking.
I certainly will do. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity, here, mate.
Very welcome. Oh, Helen says, can you do cornbread?
I can look at cornbread for you, no problem. Yeah.
There you go, Helen. If you want to drop Jacob a message, I'm sure he can look into cornbread for you and see what he can do.
I think we discussed cornbread actually. It was a Thai thing then. I think, wasn't it, Helen? Coconut and sweet cornbread or something like that. But anyway, yeah, let's have a chat. We'll get that sorted for you.
Jacob, I'll let you go, but have a good afternoon, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you.
Have a great one, mate.
Cheers, everyone.
Speak to you soon. Bye.